you want to do the clap for us again?
Ready?
What?
And we're back.
Oh, do it again. Welcome back. That was a horrible clap.
That was a great clap.
That was a decent
All
clap.
right, here we go.
It's better go in the bloopers.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of TretoWithOutARadio.
Got him.
This is going to be an interesting episode. I didn't even see you threw me off.
Oh.
I had a whole thing.
He actually did have a good thing.
It was like, I was going to say, like, what in the HE double bats? Like,
You messed it up again.
No, you messed it up.
But welcome to another episode, guys. This is a podcast for everyone, for all the Aarons and Jake Quellens in school that never got to call their teacher out. This is for everyone that graduated high school with 4.0. This is for every.
I feel
okay,
attacked.
no, it's not. Welcome on the show. What's up, Precalc? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I can't complain.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Good.
still trying to get over how you messed up that intro.
Bro, so bad. That was like the most butchered one yet.
And it sucked too.
You
'cause,
should come up with a blooper reel of all the times he's messed up the intro.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yo,
You gotta keep me around. I've
Yeah,
come
honestly.
up with two good ideas
Right?
since I've been here.
That's true.
you want to just edit behind the scenes and be like, yo, you got. Just
You
edit
can do
all
this.
the-
You can do that.
Welcome back to another episode of Treto without the mother effing radio. I'm not going on beat this time because
See, they don't even know what you're talking about yet.
exactly, man. Wait till you see when I go on beat.
Another
It goes crazy. It goes
hard.
of Treto without a radio, yo. Oh, now you know how it goes. Like it goes
slow.
Episode of Treto without a radio. You already know how it goes. This is Treto from. Whoa, Treto from. Where am I from?
Wow, so you messed up the intro, bro.
I know. Run it back. What's going on? Zakatoa. What's up, Zach?
Oh, hey,
Can I-
we started.
Can I talk now?
Yeah.
You can talk now.
Yo, what up,
Bitches.
cucks?
Oh.
Oh, okay. Welcome to Treto Without a Radio, guys. This is a show.
I don't know how to start it.
Yeah, that was a really awkward. That was a really awkward start.
Keep it in.
Okay, this is a podcast.
Don't fix it in post.
Don't fix it. In
What was that?
post.
Fix it in post?
Fix it in post.
Fix it in post.
Thank
Got
you.
it.
Yeah,
Right?
That's perfect. We just
You
got
already got the
our
nails for
first.
it?
I
intern.
do.
Ooh,
I still have my nails, and I like the sound that they make, so you'll be hearing that
that
throughout.
sounds like a quick little firework. Like a,
I like
I
it
just
better
think of
on
like
the
a secretary and like a
Oh, yeah,
old
when they're
school
typing
sitcom
really
when they're
quick.
typing really quick.
oh yeah.
Like they're
When
not
she's
even
like-
doing anything.
When she's like, "You're tardy,"
Yeah, like
when you
that.
print out your pass.
Yeah. All right.
That's what I think of when I hear that.
Yeah. Speaking of secretaries, we have you on the show because we really wanted to dive into the life of a high school teacher.
And you need a high school teacher.
And we needed a high school teacher. Ta-da! But before we get into that, I have a game we could play, and it's called Lucky Number 7. Do you want to play?
Yes, I don't know how to play though. But y'all
Renee, you down for Lucky Number
thank
7?
God. You know, this whole episode would have been screwed if you said no.
Yeah, no, literally, like that would have been
Literally,
two things
that's
off of-
the bulk of the episode.
I'm so glad you said yes.
I was thinking about that when I was reading it. I was reading the
What if she
outline.
says no?
I was like,
And
what
you
if?
guys, and you guys are great because you're like, consent's important. So if she says no, we can't play.
Yeah, I was like, what if she just says no? Like, do we just ask the same questions anyways, but make it seem like it's not the
No.
game anymore?
Right.
No means
Yeah.
no.
Damn.
We
See,
need to have a backup script. Oh, see, good idea number 3.
Backup scripts.
Good idea
Yep.
number 3.
That's 3
In
good
case,
ideas.
like, the guest doesn't show up or, like, they're just
How have you
super
not thought
negative
of
and they
this?
don't
What
wanna
if
do it.
something goes south and you don't have a backup plan
I
to
don't
get
know.
you back on track?
Usually we
guys
just
just wing
we
it?
we talk our way through it.
We
yeah.
wing the fuck out of it, yeah. And it sometimes works out
It
really well.
works-
Like,
yeah.
it works out better than what we had scripted.
Some of our most
Except when you
popular,
have Zach.
yeah.
Right.
Some of our most popular episodes are episodes where we just started recording and we didn't have any plan.
Honestly, yeah. But we do have a plan.
So how do you play?
Okay, so
Oh,
pretty
right.
much I'm gonna throw 7 questions at you. It's like a speed round. Just answer like the first thing that comes to your mind. If you get stuck, we'll skip, and then you can come back to it. Pretty much the last, the last question, I will ask Renee to answer for you,
Right.
and whatever he answers is your scenario. And then at the end of the episode today. Well, I'll get when we get there. I'll get there. But,
Okay, so
yeah.
you're gonna ask 7 questions right now.
Yes.
She's gonna answer the first 6, and then I answer the 7th one for her as her, or do I just answer as me?
Does he have to step in my shoes?
Yeah.
Does he have to pretend like he knows me like that? Like
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to pretend like okay.
Like, what would you think she would answer?
Okay.
Based on the first 6 answers.
Right.
All right. Got it.
Cool.
You didn't know how to play either?
Oh, I knew how to play. I was just trying to.
Oh, okay. I was like,
For the viewer.
It was for the for the video.
okay, I'm over here like, shouldn't you know?
Like, don't you read the script?
I sent you so many alerts today. Why didn't you read it?
See, preparation.
I'm ready.
Okay, so lucky number 7. Here we go. Question number 1. How old were you when you first got lost at a store?
Oh my god. 8.
Deep dish pizza or thin crust?
Thin crust.
Would you rather help little old grandma Gladys set up an Instagram account or help 10-year-old Timmy solve a linear equation?
10-year-old Timmy solve a linear equation.
Ooh, get back to that one.
I feel like that one's a given.
Free tea for
Oh
life?
yeah, but they don't know why it's a given.
Right. Free tea for life or a free drink at your local bar 1 month for eternity? Wait, once a month for eternity.
Once a month?
Yes.
Only once a month?
Mhm.
Or free tea?
Or free tea for life whenever you want.
Free tea for life.
Which album or song is your go-to when you're feeling sad?
Twerk by City Girls.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Hey, you gotta lighten up the mood.
Okay,
right?
wait.
That makes sense.
Think about
That does make sense. I
Yeah.
expected some sad-ass song.
Yeah, that's like. Have you seen the picture where it's raining outside and a dude's washing his car? And it's like when you're sad and you try to feel better by listening to sad music. Like it's not gonna
No,
work.
it's
Yeah,
not gonna
you're
work.
right.
No
Yeah.
one's ever been said twerking.
That is true.
They're all tearing up.
Right? I hate this. Okay. Question number 6. If you could retake a high school class, what would it be?
Precalc.
Precalc. Nice. All right, Renee. And this is the 7, lucky number 7. If you get this right, if you feel like he got it right, then I don't know what you win.
I win a prize.
You win something.
All right.
All right, here we go. You're driving at night, windows down. Your favorite song comes on. It might be a twerking song. You turn it up and begin to go to town lip singing. At the red light, a cop pulls up next to you and stares at you. Do you A, turn the music down and apologize? B, put the windows up and embarrassingly pretend not to notice him? Or C, pass him the air microphone and hope that the cop hits every high note because he's 100% that bitch, even when he's crying crazy.
Even when he
Bam bam ba dam day.
Shit.
What
All
would
right.
she do?
I feel like it's definitely not number 1.
Okay,
Or A.
so
Sorry.
you're not gonna put the music down and apologize?
I don't think it's that. I don't think she's gonna apologize. I'm really torn between the other two though, because had you answered the
song question differently.
there's not a whole lot of lyrics in twerking songs. No, the bar question. That's the one that's giving me pause, because you went with the T instead of the free night at the bar.
You know how? No, I thought you said free drink at the bar.
Free drink at the
No.
bar.
Oh,
Only
for
free
one
drink.
free
Just
drink.
That's it,
one.
one free
But
drink.
Oh.
every
What?
month for the rest of your life.
Okay.
But I'm a girl. I get
Number
free
3.
drinks. Just
Ah,
saying.
that's true.
I think it's C then.
See,
Yeah, it's C.
so she's gonna pass him
She's
the
gonna
air
pass the air
microphone,
mic.
and he's gonna sing the hell out of the song.
She's gonna sing the hell out of the twerking song.
Is that what you would do?
I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, I don't even know what I would do.
Oh,
Part of
shit.
me would crank it up and pretend stupid, like
Yeah.
act dumb. You're right.
Yeah.
In the end, though, I
See-
came
see,
up with that
that-
decision.
That-
I should have had you close your eyes and like held up
Ooh,
Yeah,
that would've
that's
been
true.
good.
for
Yeah.
next
See,
time.
that's
so
4
that he can't
ideas now.
see. 4 ideas.
Damn.
Are you gonna hire me or what? How much do I get paid?
Oh, it's a free internship. 100%. Yeah.
We pay an
It's a free
experience.
internship. You're getting the experience.
Yeah, you know, it's a real world
Exposure.
experience. Yeah.
Oh
Well,
god, I'm glad I clarified, because I misunderstood the bar question. I thought it was a free night of drinking at a bar.
Oh,
Oh, well,
gotcha.
in that case, it would have been worth it.
Right. That's
Yeah.
why I
Well,
thought.
you get
that's what
like
I
a
thought it
free,
was, and you
like,
said it wasn't
pint.
worth it.
It's
like-
free one drink.
Yeah, that's
It's
not worth it.
Free tea. Go to Tivana.
Wait, there was one that I wanted to go back to
The
before we move
linear
on.
equation.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
linear
so you wouldn't
equation.
help little grandma Gladys like set up her Instagram account?
Are you kidding
Bro,
me?
you know how
No.
stupid that would be?
Bro, that would be
She-
so dope. And then like, you could selfie for her first post. Like,
No, she'd be like,
no,
"What's an
she's Gonna
Instagram?"
be no, she's
Like-
gonna try calling me from Instagram, and I'm gonna be like, "Grandma, that's not how it works." Didn't we have a whole conversation about this one?
yes, okay, so this is where this question
Oh,
kinda
that's
came
where
from.
it came from.
We had, through text,
Okay.
her and I had a conversation once where it was like
We literally just talked about like how we would help old women set up like their phones or like any social media accounts.
yeah, like a tech savvy, like,
The tech
workshop.
savvy grandma. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it
There
was. There
we
we go.
go.
That's what it was. We said
Tech
that we were
savvy
going to set up
workshop.
a class for the elderly so that they would learn how to use Facebook. IG,
Okay.
and like basically just social media in general, and
Teach
then
them how to
the
use
conversation.
Snapchat.
Yes, and then the
Bro.
conversation was just, so it's only up for 24 hours, and then it goes away. Come on.
Yes, Gladys, it goes away. You never get it again. That's Snapchat.
It's
not
gone.
But what if I
Instagram.
want to keep the picture?
You can't. You can't
Put it
save
on Instagram then.
Right. Bro, that whole skit was so funny, and it was all through text.
I have it saved somewhere because I'm like a conversation hoarder,
Oh, okay.
so it's in one of my flash drives with all of my pictures.
Oh damn! Damn. See that's like next level. I was about to say I used to do that a lot with text conversations, but I never put them on a flash drive.
Oh,
Just
no.
keep them in that phone and like,
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
I keep conversations for if they're funny.
I keep memes. Like I have a
Oh my
I have a
God.
No.
folder on my computer that's like 50 gigs, and it's just memes that I've downloaded
That's
over the
it?
last like 12
No,
years.
I keep
Bro, that's
pictures,
a lot.
convos. Okay, so like for example, I'm in a group chat with 2 of my coworkers, and I
Uh-huh.
named the group chat Algebros.
All right.
Get it?
Do I want to even ask?
Bros.
Algebros.
Algebra and algebros.
Get
yeah.
it? Okay, thank you. Okay, get it? Because we all teach the same classes.
Okay. Ooh,
And so I was the only one that was engaged for a while, and then our coworker was not looking, but she was waiting to get engaged. Like she knew it was coming.
Okay.
And the third of us is just dating this guy right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she tried to set up this whole pregnancy pact.
Oh,
Basically,
shit.
she's like, Raquel's getting married this year, and you can wait because you don't want to have babies right away. I'm gonna get married next year, and I want babies right away. And Sarah will be ready to have kids by then.
Just
So
sign
she's
Sarah
gonna
up.
go from
She
dating
goes-
someone to
she goes-
straight married
And
having kids.
my third coworker, who's only dating, like, and she's not like there yet, like she's not ready for that conversation
Yeah.
yet, goes, "This is not a project you should be collaborating with me on." I have that whole conversation saved.
All right, that's
That's a
safe
good
word.
conversation.
That's a good
I would save that.
conversation.
All right.
I
Our
guess-
conversation was a good one, and I saved
Okay.
it.
I guess I do have to take that back now because I have done that with some conversations, but not like
Because they're just too good.
yeah, but not like whole things. I try to like capture. I
Capture
try to
one
capture like the
screenshot.
moment of
Oh,
it. Yeah,
I'll have like 3 screenshots. I need to capture it from start to finish.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Like maybe once or twice where like you need the context, otherwise I won't get it in the future.
Yeah.
I'll
So I
always
take
get it.
Actually, I have a Instagram post from like 2013 of you and I texting each other, and I said something like, "Dude, it was better than any Mac Miller concert I've ever been to." And you replied, "Are you feeling okay? Are you sick? What's wrong with you?" But again, there's no context, so I have no idea what I went to. So
Oh my god!
I don't know what I'm
Bro,
comparing.
you were
this
probably
to.
like eating a cheeseburger.
But it was the best.
it was better
You
than
can't bring
any
up
Mac Miller.
cheeseburgers because I remember one. You guys know my friend Lizette.
Yes.
So she,
Cats? Like she
yeah,
loved cats?
yeah. And so she's really good friends with Sal. And I remember one time it was like midnight, and she texted me, and she was hanging out with Sal, and she goes, "Do you want to come get cheeseburgers?" And it was
Nice.
so random, and I'm like, "Is this code for weed?"
And she just shows up with a bunch of cheese. No, she shows up with a bunch of
Full with
weed.
a bag of weed.
Bro, it was like midnight. She goes, "Do you want to grab a cheeseburger?" And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
I literally texted back. I'm like, "Is this code for?"
Is this weed?
And she's like, "No, we're just going to get
like, "No."
cheeseburgers."
I was like, we're trying to go to McDonald's.
Oh, wow.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah,
Damn.
that was it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've had that message before.
Yeah.
I've gotten
The
out of bed
cheeseburger
to
And
go
so
get a
now,
cheeseburger.
cheeseburger is code. Yeah.
Code for
It's code
illegal
for weed.
substances. Yeah. Yeah. You know,
Only-
cheeseburgers are going to be legal soon.
I
So-
was just about to say. I was literally just about to say that.
So there you
Dude,
go.
I can't wait to legally buy a cheeseburger.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, right? Ooh, with extra toppings. What's up? Throw a little lettuce on there.
um,
I just
But-
coughed into the mic.
but to get back to hell yeah, I wouldn't want to help a grandma set up her social media accounts.
Bro, that would be the most like you
You know
feel
how
at the end of the
annoying that
day,
would be?
you would feel so like it's like the new age crossing the street. Like
no,
this
no,
lady
no, no,
needs
no,
to like
bullshit. It's
adapt
like
to
I would just lose my patience. I'd
Bro,
be
the-
like,
there's social media that I don't understand.
Ooh.
So like,
What? Like
imagine
what?
explaining that to someone who's like 3 times my
wait,
age.
what social media is hard to understand?
Like,
Like, give me one.
I don't understand TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That I never
He
dove
got it.
into
I
that
was
one.
like, damn.
That's a good one.
Like I know it exists. I know it's like a cheap version of Vine, but I don't get it.
Well,
Like,
did you have Vine when it was around?
yeah,
Vine was
I loved
hilarious.
Vine. Yeah.
Vine. Oh, thanks. It's an avocado.
The little kid
Oh, he
opening his
opens
present.
avocado?
It's an avocado.
Thanks.
Bro, him and I used to watch Vines for hours
Yeah.
and just sit there and just. We could probably still do that. Like,
We
I
probably
miss
could.
Vine. I tried making a Vine.
for real? Was it funny?
Well, when
Nah,
I
that
had
shit
an
wasn't
account,
funny.
I had an account. It wasn't funny.
Wow.
I remember you were like pushing Tumblr on me so much, and you were like,
Oh
"It's
my
the
God.
best thing in the world," and I was like, "I'm gonna try it." And
We all
again,
went
like,
through
Yeah,
the
Tumblr.
phase.
I did
That's
it.
another one I don't
No,
really get.
Tumblr's really easy to get
but
once
is
you're
that
on.
still around or?
Yes, it is. It's a
it?
thing. Yeah,
Oh.
it's a blogging site.
Oh, nice.
Like,
I still have my Tumblr. I don't use it. But yeah.
I wouldn't want to explain
Tumblr was
stuff.
the thing that you went to when you were a disturbed teenager, when you just needed
Okay.
a place to vent.
to vent. You
That's
don't-
kind of
to
cool though
vent.
because you can't put that shit on like Facebook because you have like
No,
yes
because you
and
got.
feels.
I was just about to say
Well-
that. I was like, you don't want your mom saying
Yeah,
all
you
that
know, and then
stuff.
Instagram's
Yeah.
more
Put it
like
on MySpace.
Unless you make
Wow.
a Finsta.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what a Finsta is?
I don't even
Fuck
know.
Oh
Finsta.
my god! So my students told me this. Okay, so I'm in. Okay, so here.
She got so excited.
Wow,
I'm so excited because when I know things, I'm just like, oh, I'm not old yet. So
that's
they're
actually one of my topics.
okay. So we're jumping
All right.
around.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
okay.
go
No,
for
no,
it.
no. So Finsta.
Where so I one of my duties, because like you teach your classes.
She said duty.
Oh
No.
my god. you teach your 5 classes, and then
Okay.
you're assigned an extra period where you either have to like chaperone lunch or chaperone like a study hall or like check in books at like the library. I don't know, whatever. Last year, I was supervising a study hall, and the kids were talking about like, oh, I saw it on her Finsta, and she posted it on her Finsta, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I was like, what's a Finsta? And they were like,
Was that like your teacher face too?
I
Did you say just
put
now?
down because I was grading papers.
Yeah.
Because okay, so like the study hall was specifically to get like math help, and surprise, I'm a math teacher.
Makes sense.
Algebros.
Algebros. I would have
Come on,
hoped you
keep
would
up.
have gotten
Yeah,
it
guys.
with all the many math puns to come.
No.
Anyway.
I'm excited for that.
So I scooted my chair over because I'd be grading papers near them just to make myself more approachable if they actually had a math question, which
Right.
was rare.
Makes sense.
But I'm like, what's a Finsta? And they're like, okay, so you have your Instagram where you allow anyone to follow you and you're just trying to gather like a large following.
Right.
And then you have a Finsta, which is exclusive to your closest of closest friends.
Hold up.
Okay.
Uh huh.
And
thought you were
that's
about
where
to
you
start taking
post.
notes.
You're gonna start taking notes,
No,
and
no,
that's
no.
where you post like all your real shit. Like
Okay.
people
snap.
post like secrets. Like they'll post like a random picture. Like they'll take a picture of a mic and be like, "I'm so depressed," or like, or like take a picture of the sky and be like, "So guess what happened today?" And then like go on like a whole
Yeah.
long rant. And
Yeah.
sometimes people post like revealing pictures.
But is it like
Is
they
it a different
know
app,
who you
or
are?
is
like,
it-
Yes, no, they know who you are. So, for example, if you were to make a Finsta, you would probably like it would be private. Also, that's the other thing. Finstas are always private.
Okay.
And if you were to make one, you would probably allow like your closest homies just to follow you. So it would be Renee, Juan.
Man, you want
So
Zach.
I want
Nah.
my closest homies to see me in like nude, like
depression?
bro, I'm like depressed as like nip slip. Like what are we doing
Oh,
here?
here we go again.
Depressing nip slip.
Yeah, like black and white.
But-
it's all artistic.
Yeah, and so that's just where you post like all your dirty little secrets and
Holy
like
shit,
where you go
okay,
on rants
okay.
and stuff. But then, so when they were done explaining it, I literally sat there and I'm like, who has time for that? Like, who has time to maintain both like a regular Instagram account
and
then a Finsta?
Yeah, that's like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
I guess they
One
don't-
of my friends has a Finsta, and I gotta say it's very entertaining. I
Okay.
personally could not keep up with it, but if you're someone who can't keep up with it, more power to you.
Well, would you say it sounds like Tumblr? Like it sounds like a new
Oh,
age
you know what?
Tumblr.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
basically a better Tumblr, probably because it's more accessible to people. More people
Right.
are on Instagram, so you can, I guess, reach more people. But I think the purpose of a Finsta is to keep it small. So
Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
That's
Trader
just-
Without a Radio on Finsta, what's up? No, but that's crazy. Like if you think about it, there's so many platforms where it's like I could do the same shit on Snapchat that I can on like a Facebook, whatever is on top.
Facebook stories.
Story, yeah, like stories are just like the thing.
it's
now.
like a thing now.
Yeah.
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 But do you remember when Instagram was very like old and blocky and there was no
Oh
stories?
my God, yeah.
And it had like the 4 things at the bottom.
But it was legit. It still has the 4 things.
Well,
at
no,
the
I know, but it
bottom.
was like so like old looking, you know. Actually, if I'm not mistaken,
Actually, it's 1, 2,
you
3, 4.
made
It's
my
5.
you made my Snapchat in like 2013.
I did. I think.
See, you had to have
I
people help
know.
you
Bro.
way back then.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
true
but
because,
it's different because he wasn't old.
Well,
Yeah, so that was
Like
easy.
now, if I tried
Yeah.
to help him make one now, I'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
I was also in denial that I wanted one, and it was like,
And then you got one, and then you're like, oh, this is pretty cool.
This is the coolest. And I would sit in the office and not do shit, just be on Snapchat.
That's
No,
why people didn't like you when you were manager.
Oh,
Yo,
no.
yo.
Oh, I got stories.
Oh shit! Hold up. Yo, Marlene did not have stories last week. She said I was a great manager.
Yeah,
Bro.
she was scared.
Okay.
She was scared. I saw it in her eyes. She was just scared.
Yeah, we should dive into that. That
you were
would be
gonna
good,
discipline her
You
somehow.
want to do another,
I was like, yo,
another
Marlene.
Trado roast? Oh, you weren't there for that
Oh, you
roasting,
weren't
were you there?
I totally
I
forgot
took
about
it
that.
so seriously. And Trado's like, damn, you didn't have to go in like that,
Dude, she
though."
went like ham. Like
Yeah.
it was supposed to be like, oh, 2, 3 jokes. She had a whole laundry list, like, and it wasn't even jokes. It was just like, I hate when you do this. Dude, and at one point, even Sal, like at one point, was like, he crumpled his shit up. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Like, I hate when I talk to you and you're texting, and you just don't pay attention to me. You're on the phone half the time.
I started a whole
Bro.
myriad of
It was bad. Like,
Bro,
It
Sal
was
just sounds like
awesome. It was awesome. I still remember what I said because I'm still salty about it.
yeah, that was a
Holy
good
shit.
roast.
That was a great
It was
roast.
a real.
It was a real roast.
it was like
Mostly
when they
because I took that shit and derailed.
Oh my god, so bad.
when they were roasting Michael Scott in the office, and at the end he was trying to play it off, but like he was about to
tell
start
he was hurt?
crying. That was you at the end of that roast.
That was the Trado.
Yep, that was it. Damn. Yep.
You're just gonna say it.
So I was like, yo, fuck it, I'm just gonna say it, dude. I hate when you fucking blah 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 blah. And I was like, I didn't know you felt this way.
Bro, that was Sal telling you.
This way.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if you hung up the phone, you would know.
Oh.
All right.
Oh
All right,
man, that's
true.
Yeah.
that's crazy. I want to hear all about
No.
that.
We got time.
We do.
There was one like
So-
Tony. You remember Tony? He was like, Treto's the best manager in the world, and I
Oh
love
my
him.
God.
And then he walked off stage. Like,
That was the
I
only
might have
person who
gone
didn't have to
right
come in
I
early,
might have
huh?
gone in
Yeah.
right after that and been like, oh, hold up, what? Did we have 2 different managers?
bro, yeah, there was. All right.
I guess from your perspective, what was the one that stood out the most to you looking
Sal's.
back at it?
That's
Sal's
hilarious.
100%.
Because you
Yeah.
were like, that she came out of left field,
Dude,
bro.
yeah, like Sal, he's very
Yeah.
funny,
That shit
and like
hurt it.
for everyone at home that doesn't know Sal, like he's just a like upbeat guy. Like
He's
he's
just a
never
very
you
nice
never
guy.
get mad at him.
Yeah.
Like he's very like chill. Yo, the moment he crumbled that paper and was like, I was like, what the hell? Like the whole dimension just changed. It was scary,
The
bro.
lighting turned. Like,
I'm just gonna say it.
and then I guess from your perspective, what was like the best one or like the best burn on Trado that you remember?
That I remember.
Yeah, that
mine.
you remember.
Yeah, you had a lot.
What
I had a
was
lot.
what was the top of yours?
Oh, the top one. Okay,
Yeah.
so I remember Trado was mad at me for whatever reason, and I was on the guard chair.
Oh, okay, but you don't remember the reason. It's a little biased. It had to be crazy. All right,
let her tell her story.
All right,
Let her
all
tell her
right.
story. You're trying
Like
to defend
reliving
yourself.
this roast.
Trado's mad at
Yeah.
me, and I'm sitting on the chair. I thought we were cool, but he was mad.
Uh-huh.
And the pool was empty except for like 2 kids playing in the shallow end. And so
Okay.
like pretend like the pool's like right in front of us, and so I'm chilling on the chair like this, like with my feet up, just like watching
The 2
the
kids.
2 kids
Yeah.
who are playing because there's no one else in the rest of the pool, right?
Yeah.
And so there's this test that you can do at any point if you're a manager or whatever, right? So the test is that if one of the managers or like the director throws a duck into the pool,
Okay.
you have 30 seconds to blow your whistle and point it out. And if you don't, you get written up.
Okay.
So I'm over here watching the kids.
Yep.
Trado, I hear the door close and I see, and like the office is over there too. So Trado walks out
Uh-huh.
and he walks behind me, and I'm like, okay, like I didn't think anything of
Right.
it. Takes a whole lap around the pool and comes back with his nose up in the air, and he goes, duck was in the pool for a whole minute. He's like, and you didn't. I'm like, bro, there's no one over there.
that's exactly
He threw it in the deep end. You jerk.
I even looked. I was like, bloop.
Yeah,
And walked away.
that's exactly. I didn't even have to see you do it to know that was the attitude that he had. He
Oh.
probably just stuck out his head and was like, bloop. Just like
proceeded
that.
to walk. Like,
But he literally, just like this, Duck was in the pool for a whole minute.
I'm so sorry.
That was traumatizing.
I totally forgot about that.
It wasn't traumatizing, but you did me so
Block
dirty.
that out.
I was so. I did not. I remember. I'm like, that is the
Bro.
pettiest thing.
Yo, good thing we could edit this.
Did you
No.
have
I'm kidding.
Did you have like a quota? You needed to write up a certain amount of people per month? Or
No,
something?
he
I
was
just probably I was
mad.
mad at something. Maybe I don't remember. I
No,
was
he
probably
was
being
mad.
a dick.
He was
But
big-
again,
he
this
was
is the
big
same
mad.
person. This is the same person that was like, "I'm Treto. I'm a lion. Hear me roar." Meow.
Well,
Like,
because-
bro, she said I meowed like a. So we were talking about like Lion King or some
We
shit.
were talking about Lion King. We were talking about meeting my dad.
Oh
And that's where
yeah.
that line came out of. And he was next to me and he's like, I'm going to go up to your dad and be like, I am Treto. Hear me roar. And I cut him off and I go, meow.
Dude, like, I lost it. It was. But yeah, you had a lot of like.
I saw,
Nah, I'm not trying to, like-
I saw a lot of opportunities and I took them.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Over here
Treto
dropping
needed
ducks.
to be knocked down a couple pegs.
Yo, yeah, I'm so.
So
I
all
totally
that
forgot
power
about
just
that.
went to your head, huh?
Nah.
It did.
Nah.
It really did.
It went to your head.
He goes,
This
nah.
guys, this isn't on the outline.
Can we keep it moving, guys?
Nah, but
Derailed.
I wasn't like.
I don't know. You
I
know,
don't know. I'm trying to defend myself. It's really hard to do against one here.
no, we should just
petty.
find a bunch of guests that all knew you when
I
you were
got you.
manager.
Ex,
I
like,
got
coworkers?
you.
Yeah,
We're
and, like-
coworkers, and we can have like a whole trio right
Oh,
here.
shit.
Oh, I got you. Let's redo.
Microphone.
Good idea number 5.
Number 5. That's 5
I just
ideas.
got
5 good
episodes for
ideas.
you. There you go.
That's horrible.
When can I expect my check in the mail for this?
Oh shit!
You get extra.
Is someone writing this down?
I got it. You just have a backup plan because we need consent.
Okay.
We need a roast Treto. I forgot the other ones.
See, I guess you can just watch the
I can watch it
video.
back.
Okay,
Yeah.
You watch it back. But that would be kind of funny if we get like ex coworkers to come in and talk shit about. I was a great manager though. Like
All I've heard is like
Nah.
I've only heard neutral, and
Yo.
then now like.
how about
people-
that one time you and I were both guarding, and
Oh my God, no!
yo, like this is the first time I've ever seen her cry because
Okay.
she felt so bad, and I get
the
it.
duck
Like
drowned.
no, the fucking duck was
The
drowning.
duck had a hole in it, so
Fuck
it
the
just
duck.
it went down.
This is a
for a
whole
whole
ass
minute.
human.
Oh shit!
Yo, yeah.
Okay.
And there was people in the pool, and this he wasn't special needs, was he? Or was just a regular kid?
Just a regular kid.
Point is, he was in the shallow end, right? So this kid couldn't stand up, and he's drowning.
Okay.
And this is like Raquel sitting like here, and it's happening like at least 10 feet from her.
Yeah.
Right.
So then I'm looking, and I was like, "Yo, oh, are you gonna just?" And then
Are you gonna
didn't
get
see it. So then I had to jump in and like get him.
And I was
dude,
like, what just
you're
happened?
like, "I'm so sorry, I didn't notice," and I felt so bad, like.
Or what about the time with the code red in the gym?
Oh, there was full on
Bruh.
like danger emergency
There
in the
was-
gym.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and like all the lifeguards like rushed, but I had just clocked out.
She was like, deuces, I'm out.
See you guys.
Fuck that guy.
I literally peeked my head in,
Uh-huh.
and I think it was Zach. Someone was like, "Can you get some gauze?" And I'm like, "Yes."
You just left.
Yes, I have some at home. I'll probably be back. But if I'm not, just ask somebody else to go get it.
It's probably take me a few days.
Trino goes, "Did you just leave?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
I clocked
Oh
out.
no.
I think this guy like broke his leg or something. He did something.
No, it was
bad.
a girl who, when she went to open the door got caught on her, like underneath her big
Oh,
toenail.
and ripped the
Ooh.
hell.
And it ripped it
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a guy
that
that broke
sounds
his
really
ankle.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable. But it was fine. Like, it wasn't like a broken bone or anything. It was
Yeah.
just like a lot of blood. So I'm like, oh, she just broke her. I'm like, we're good.
Were you there when the? Were you there
Yeah,
when
I get paid by the hour, so
I do, though.
Yeah, that's true. Once you clock out, like fuck that.
yeah. I mean, I'm not getting paid.
Especially if you work out after your shift.
Oh
like,
my God,
You just want
yes.
to run.
Or
You don't wanna-
before.
Yeah.
Oh my
Run
God, I
away from the
remember the
problems.
second time I went back to the Y, like right before I started, because right before I started teaching, I was out of a job for the whole summer, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I need money. So I went back for one last summer.
One last hurrah.
And but like everyone who was still there, which was really only Juan and I think Sylvia, they were all like, "You look miserable," and like
Oh.
all of the other lifeguards just did not want to talk to me because one of them was like, "You look like such a bitch."
Oh wow.
One of them told me that, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm just not happy to be here."
You're just here for
A paycheck.
For a paycheck, yeah. That actually happened to me too. I
It was
went
just
back
so hot.
during the summer. I went back, and this is like me after being manager. Like I was dethroned.
So after you were at
And
the
then-
top of the, you
Yeah.
were at the top of the food chain.
And then I needed a second job, so I was like, let me just do it. I mean, it's a
No.
summer job. I went back. It was the worst summer of my life.
It was the worst. Yeah.
Damn.
Once you get out and you get a taste of like,
Real.
I don't have to be here.
Yeah.
Literally, I
being
remember
here.
Juan came out to me. He's like, "You just don't want to be here," and I'm like, "No."
Yeah. Fuck that.
It's hot and you're there for hours, and it was cool and bearable when you were allowed to have music. But then
Okay.
we got that taken away, and I'm just like, well,
Yeah.
that was dumb.
That was fun. I remember
We'd have jam sessions.
we had jam sessions. Yeah, and like early mornings we would just dance and like it was fun.
I would do lunges around the pool.
Yeah. But yeah, fuck that. I don't think I would ever go back to aquatics. Like,
Damn.
Nope.
nah.
So if you could right now, then would you do it? If you could go back and like be a lifeguard at the Y or something?
How much
Maybe-
money would we have to?
Yeah, like how much would you have to
Oh,
get paid
hell
to
no.
For what-
do that
yeah.
job again?
To do like that.
Yeah.
Like you're like a standard lifeguard, but you
To
get
work a
paid
double.
whatever.
Oh my! Oh, a double.
Yeah, to work a
Yo,
double.
that's
How
like
much
half
for a
day.
double? How much for a double?
Nah, I don't think I would be
That's
able
6
to.
hours, by
Dude,
the way.
I'll like lose my mind. Just being isolated or being in a room, a hot ass room that you can't leave, and then annoying
You can't
ass.
even go to the bathroom if
Ooh.
you're the only one there.
Yeah, you can't
No.
eat. You can't do
And
anything.
then if you're thirsty, like the water fountain that's there, it spits out like hot water. Well, not hot, but it was not like cold.
It's not
Yeah,
cold.
It's not.
gross.
It's not cold.
Yeah.
And then the people swimming are just jerks. Since they have a membership, they think they could just run the place. you
Right.
know?
I liked my
Damn,
opening.
tell us how you really feel. There'll be no amount that would bring me back.
Dang.
I think the only way I'll ever go back if I invest in like I become an owner of a like facility. But nah.
I'd go back for the right price for
I was
one
gonna say,
for
for
one
one shift?
session.
One-
for
yeah.
one session, one shift.
We're
So
talking
like
like thousands.
so like $50,000. Would you do it?
Ooh. Do I have to get in the water?
I mean,
Yes.
if someo's drowning, yes.
Ah.
If someone's drowning,
Yeah.
You see
Oh, and
Raquel
then you
come in?
have to
Raquel come in with the
With
fucking
the duck.
oh, but the rules.
payback.
The
If you
rules
get
have
written up, you
changed.
don't. If you get written up, you don't get any.
Oh
of the
my
money.
god, you're gonna see me
Oh,
throwing ducks all over.
Just start knocking shit over. Just start pushing people. Wow, that's horrible. Yeah, nah. I
Nose
wouldn't.
up in the air. I swear to
Damn.
God.
Fuck you, Treto.
Whole minute.
Damn.
Whole minute. And I'm like, I snapped. I was like, there's no one over there.
Bro,
Yo,
so
we
like, were you like sitting there with like a stopwatch timing it? Like, yep,
No,
been a
there was a
minute.
clock on the wall.
All
I'm
right.
sure I used
that
the
he was
clock,
looking
yeah.
at.
But that was a whole ass minute if you think about it.
Are you?
Dude, that duck was
I'm
probably
kidding, I'm
fine.
kidding.
No.
I was like, are you defending your petty
No.
act right now?
No. But yeah, you're a high school teacher, huh? So
I am. It's been fun.
All right, let's get away from
Yeah.
from going in on Trado, I guess.
Although if you want to come back, we could do like a second roast. I think that would be cool.
That would be funny.
And just like invite people and
Be like, all right, round 2.
Damn, so like they have to like come up with
Blah, blah, blah.
they have to come up with a whole new set of roasts, or like they just have to like get back into that mindset.
Nah.
I think it'll be different though. Yeah,
I think we'll
because
remember.
there was some people that liked me though. If you think about it, I mean,
People or
Ooh, like the-
person?
Oh,
Juan.
damn.
Juan was no, even Juan had his moments where he's
Yeah,
like,
he
"Yo,
did.
Trado, fuck you, I'm not doing this shit." And I'm like, "Juan, you got to come in. Like, what do you do?"
Oh my god.
Dude, because it was so. All right, let's just go. Through
All
it.
right.
But
Go ahead.
yo, 9 a.m. on a Saturday, right?
No,
okay.
No matter what you did Friday night, you had to come in.
Yeah, you did.
Saturday,
Okay.
right? And then
For
you have to
lessons.
imagine teaching a fucking 6 month
6 month year old.
6 month
To a year.
to a year how to just
For
blow
3
bubbles in the
hours.
water,
Okay.
For 3
Right?
hours.
and then that person that's supposed to teach that class doesn't come in.
All right.
So now you got to jump into this cold ass water while
Now you know why this person didn't show up, right?
Yeah. What the fuck?
while you have parents like trying to figure out where their kids has to go and like
Yeah.
you know it was just like annoying, bro. And like how are you just not gonna show up? Like that
I
was
never
my
did that.
biggest pet peeve.
I
Like
never
when
did
people
that.
didn't show up without calling.
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he had no reason to throw that dust.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Is what I'm just trying to say.
So
what,
those-
what like what caused that? Like
You were.
He was having a power
He
trip.
was mad. Yeah.
I
Was
want to
mad
know.
at
like,
me. He was
somebody-
on
Maybe
the
off
trip.
camera we could talk about why.
Somebody above you came down on you, and then you're like, you know what?
No, he was mad at me. He was out to get me that day.
Okay, it wasn't. It could have been anybody.
Nope.
I'm trying to fix it here.
No, he's not. The damage is done.
Damn.
But he knew what he did was wrong, so I didn't get written up.
I think I felt bad. Yeah.
You should have. What?
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sorry. Goes on record. Right.
Dang,
it only
it-
took.
It only took you how many
6
years?
Years. 7 years.
I don't even know anymore. It's just funny.
That's
Yeah.
a whole ass child.
That's a whole ass child.
What do you mean?
6 years? That's,
Oh, like
that's
a kid
That's
could've
like
been
a
born?
yeah. That's like a normal ass
You
human.
say child, and I'm like, no thanks.
What?
Just shoot
Next.
it.
Wait, so I guess going back real quick, what happened to your coworker that was like got shut down by the whole pregnancy idea?
Oh my god.
Was she like?
She was like, "Oh no, are you sure?" She's like, my boss. She's like, our boss would kill us, but like, who cares? They can't tell us when we can't get pregnant, when we can get pregnant. I'm just like, true. I
How
don't
does
know.
that work though? Have you ever had a pregnant high school?
So we didn't make the pregnancy pact. Just need to make that
right,
clear.
Yeah.
The
Is
reason.
this your announcement?
No.
Gender revealed.
Gender
Straight
revealed.
up
On the
radio.
next episode, no.
Yo,
Oh,
that's
shit.
crazy.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally just kidding.
You know your
Next
mom's
week.
watching this.
No. I had a my teacher in oh god, when was it? I had a teacher who was pregnant. It's like she like halfway through the year she was just done because she had the baby,
Well, yeah.
and then we had a substitute for like 4 months.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, it might have been the same teacher that like I had a mega crush on that you had in like 7th grade.
You mean the teacher that you had in 7th grade?
Right, but you had
Right. Yeah.
the same teacher.
The
Was
same-
it
Why
the
don't
same
we say
teacher?
her name?
I don't remember her name.
Oh.
Miss Hedrich?
Miss Hedrich.
Okay.
Yo,
see how much
she was
easier
cr-
that was?
I couldn't remember. So funny story about this teacher, right? So one day we're all hanging out and like we were talking about like old hot teachers. Like, well, not old, but like
old lady hot teacher.
previous
Got
like
it.
hot teachers we've ever had. And I was like, yeah, in 7th grade, I was like in love with my English teacher, blah, blah, blah. So then Sal goes, oh, what's her name? And I was like, oh, Miss Hedrich. He goes, wait, Katie? And I was like, wait, what?
Oh.
Whoa.
Well, what do you mean first name basis?
Yeah.
So then he goes, because Sal was working in the district at the time, and he goes, yeah, dude, that's my coworker. Like, I see her all the time. And I was like, yo, whatever I just said in the last 5 minutes, don't ever
Ignore
repeat
it. Don't
to
you
her.
ever say
Yeah,
this
like-
again.
This
It
never
was-
leaves
She
the
must
room.
never know.
That's crazy. I guess that's a good segue. Do you have any like students that like they're like, hey, Miss Raquel, like,
Miss
Oh
Raquel.
I don't
my
know.
god. No, it's Miss Lopez,
Oh,
first
okay.
of all.
Yeah.
I do remember it was so awkward. I remember one time before I was engaged, because when you guys are students, or at least when I was a student, I wanted to know everything about my teachers. Maybe I was just nosy, but these kids are nosy.
Okay.
And so they'd always be like, Miss Lopez, do you have a boyfriend? Miss Lopez, do you have a boyfriend? Does he take you out? Does he treat you right?
Oh,
What'd you get?
geez.
He's like, what'd you get your boyfriends for Christmas?
Yeah, they're all.
And then,
there,
oh
just
my
stone
god,
tired.
and then my kids. Okay, so I don't get my nails done. I only have them done right now because I went to Vegas, and then I had my bachelorette this past weekend. And so that's the only reason they're done. But otherwise, they're always like bitten up because like when I get nervous or like when I'm feeling like stressed out, I like
Right.
pick at the skin or like I bite my nails. I had one of my kids like he called me over. He asked me for help. He goes, Miss Lopez, I have a question. So I go over and I'm like, what's your question? Ask me the question. And I'm point to whatever it is that I'm about to start explaining.
Right.
And he goes, ooh, Miss Lopez, how can I find a man with those nails? And I'm
Damn.
like, I was like, listen.
Got him.
And in my head, I'm like, I already got a man. But keep your cool, keep your cool.
All right, because he doesn't know that. So.
No, he doesn't know that, okay? And then I remember one time they were like, it just got to me. They're like, Miss Lopez probably has a boyfriend. And I turned around and I'm like, I have 8. And this kid goes, can I be the 9th? And I'm like, oh God. I'm like, oh God. It was so awkward.
You set yourself up there.
I did, and I didn't.
You seen that meme?
But
with
see, then it was a joke for the rest of the year because when Christmas time came around, they're like, Miss Lopez, what'd you get all your 8 boyfriends?
Damn.
You got them all 2K? That's literally
So you know how
what they
expensive that is? No.
Black Friday.
Bro, that's $66
That's what
a
they
game.
all said.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, so you believe anything when you're like messing with your teachers. You just-
Yeah, they
God.
believed it. They
Yeah.
hands down, at least the kid who called me out for my bad nails was like, Miss Lopez got 8 boyfriends.
Jeez.
Like, she's got it like that. And I'm like, no. They're like, what'd they all get you for Valentine's Day? And I'm
Yeah.
like, one got me an iPhone, one got me this, one got me that. They're like, no, for real?
What?
They're like, Miss
Damn.
Lopez, that's not right. And then some of the kids,
That's
you know,
not
the
right.
ones who had very good moral compasses were like, Miss Lopez, no, you can't do that. And I'm just like, why not? Why not? They were
What about
like
what
very
about the boy that
disturbed.
volunteered as a 9th? What he's like, fuck, now I got to get her something.
No.
It's like, how am I supposed to compete with these guys? Getting our iPhones and shit. shit.
Right?
You know how much an iPhone is? No.
Shit, I have
Too
money
much.
for lunch.
Way too much.
That's so funny.
Oh.
Damn.
These kids are ruthless.
So do you get new kids every year, or do you kind of follow them till they're seniors?
No, I get new kids. I get a new batch of kids every year. The only reason I would get kids who I get again is because I did get one kid again this year because he failed my class last year. Normally they don't do that. So like if a kid fails your class, like
They send him to a different.
they send him to
teacher
a different teacher. Yeah,
Yeah.
for whatever reason. And I had nothing against this kid. He just didn't show up. I'm like, he didn't.
Hard to pass if
anything.
you're not
Right.
there.
That's true. You have to try to fail my class.
Yeah.
Any of my classes, you have to put in effort into failing.
Right.
That
Like
is
your
how-
effort has to go the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I've gotten kids again because like I teach, so I teach Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2. And when you come in, you take either Algebra 1 or Geometry, and then you take Algebra 2 your sophomore year. And so I get kids again if I've had them the year before.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, I don't really follow kids.
That's good. You can end
Yeah,
up in
don't
jail.
follow them.
Oh my god!
You don't want to do that. This day and age, forget it.
Hate
It's not worth it.
You're gonna be on fucking Finstagram or whatever the hell it's called.
Instagram. Finsta.
Finster.
It's a
Finsta.
it's a
See, that's how
Finsta.
bad. Like,
Yeah, it's
okay,
bad. Okay, cool. You kind of answered the question I was going to ask you. How old are these kids? When you said sophomore, so I imagine they're in high school.
They're high school. I'm a high
Alright.
school teacher. Yep.
So,
Algebra 1.
are you like? Do you adapt yourself to like? You try to be like the cool teacher that like you just talk to them normally, or
That's a good
'cause there's some
question.
teachers that are kind of superior and they know it, so they're just like,
It's like
no,
Trado when
don't
he's
talk
a
to me.
manager.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could be me. In
No,
a sense.
I'm pretty much the same with all of my classes. Like I am authentically myself in all of the classes that I teach. My discipline level varies depending on the class and like
Okay.
depending on how much we're able to get done. So like this past year I had one class who was always on their shit. So like if we got to talking about my wedding for the last half hour of class,
Oh shit!
I didn't care because
How long
I'm
is
like
class?
42 minutes.
Oh,
I know.
That
There would
seems
be
like a
days-
good day.
So
they're
12
over
minutes
here-
of math.
They're over here. They're like, we got Miss Lopez off on a tangent. And I'm like, nah, you guys are smart. You got done
Yeah.
what you needed to get
Yeah.
done. I'm not worried about you guys. But then there were
So like everyone's happy. Like they think
everyone,
they got out
they
of
think
doing
they
work.
got out of
Yeah.
doing work. But I'm like, oh, but then there were some days where they would do that. And I'd be like, and here's your homework as you're walking out. And they'd
Yeah.
be like, ah.
We
Or
almost
my
got away
favorites,
with it.
my favorites are the kids who within like the last 2 minutes of class, because I genuinely forget now.
Yeah.
Are the kids who raise their hands, do we have any homework tonight? And everyone is like, oh.
Bro, why'd you bring it up?
Yeah.
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 Damn.
Because then I'm scrambling. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. Here you go.
Damn. And so like the other kids,
Yes.
they could tell that you
Yes.
forgot.
And they
'cause
could
you're
tell that
scrambling.
yes, there were many times when that happened this year. That never
Yeah.
happened my first or second year. But like my philosophy on homework and like just classroom policies has changed since I've started. Like I was such a stickler for homework every single night my first year. And now I'm just like, why? You're going to get done whatever you get done.
Right.
If you're going to do the homework, like for me, homework should be optional. Like the kids who want to do it and get the extra practice,
Damn, that's
good.
dope.
It's true. Like
Yeah,
let's
I
be
think good
think
point.
back to your high school experience when teachers gave you homework, because for me, I know when some of the teachers gave me my homework and I didn't want to do it, I would just copy off someone else. Like why bother?
Right.
I know what y'all are doing. You guys are just looking at my solutions.
Yeah.
So now it's just at a point where I'm just like, I only give you homework if it's necessary.
And
And
it's
I've
like-
told them that. So now I give them homework like twice a week. And if I give them homework 3 times a week, that's rare. I try not to give them homework on Fridays. I never give homework on breaks. So Thanksgiving, winter, or spring break,
Cool
none of
ass
that.
teacher,
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking other teachers.
You
got a whole
have
book
lives
report.
outside of this 42-minute class.
Not only that, then you have to like collect and like
No.
Yeah. then you
grade
gotta
all
grade
that.
it.
No.
No.
You
It's just for
participation.
completion. Yeah.
Oh.
I just turn it from back. That's the other thing is I'm just like, I'm only looking at it for like 3 seconds.
Right, so
Did
it
you
could
do
be
the
all
front? Did you
messed
do the
up.
back? So it could be all.
Yo.
But but I know, like if you're just writing random numbers down, I'm like, I know, and I'll call you out on
Right.
it. Like, and they get.
Like, you know what it's
I bet you
generally
skim through
supposed
it.
to
I know
look
what
like.
it's generally
Yeah.
supposed to look like, and not only that, but I make it so easy because I give them a grace period. You know how like when you have to make a bill, like when you have to pay a bill and you get like a grace period, I explain it to them like that. I'm like, your homework is due on this day, but if you don't have it on this day, you get a grace period and you
Right.
get to turn it in.
And then
This
do you
many
like
days after
subtract
full-
X amount of points?
Nope, full credit
Okay.
because you don't get penalized if you make a payment within the grace period of when your
Okay.
bill is due.
Yeah, Renee. Unless you have auto pay, then you don't have to worry about that.
Then you don't have to worry
Yeah. What
about
if I set
that.
up auto pay?
I don't know if there's an
So
auto
use that-
submission.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, don't forget, like, you gotta submit this paper for me. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You got a guy.
Yeah, I got a guy. No. So I guess when we originally thought of this, having you on the show, Renee and I were having a conversation on. When I was little, I remembered thinking that teachers lived at school
my God.
and they had no lives and they were just weird, like, aliens. And I guess
That's why they're storming Area 51.
Yep, there you go. To
That's,
free all the teachers.
I was just about to say that. I was like, that's where they all sleep.
Yeah, no, but
It's quite a
at what point
commute.
did you want to be? Why? Bro, just spit it all out.
I was thinking that as I was like, damn, that's a long ass commute. And then she
Yeah,
said
for
it.
real.
I am from Area 51. That's how I know.
Oh shit.
It's the nails.
It's the nails.
Fuck that question. What would you do if you stormed Area 51 and you actually see an
I
alien?
wouldn't. I'd free the kids.
You would have what?
I wouldn't storm Area 51. I'd storm the kids in the cages.
Ooh.
Oh,
Free the kids.
that's a good ass answer.
It's a good alternative to storming.
I can't take credit for it because
You
it's
saw
been
it.
all over Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has
it's
that
been
not
everywhere.
popped up on Facebook for you?
No. I've seen all the stupid memes. Like,
Are you serious?
Yo.
I've seen that, but I've seen mostly the memes, and I love them.
yeah, I love the memes, and I haven't
I've
focused on
have
the
you seen
realistic. But yeah, that's true. Why don't we just storm the concentration camps? Well, I guess
Well,
they're
because
not.
then that wouldn't be fun.
Yeah,
Well,
but
wait,
then
hang-
they're freeing kids. Like,
Fun.
well, yeah, yo, but if you're gonna get your ass beat or like a shot in your head,
That
like,
would
wouldn't
be
you want to
worth
do it
it.
for kids?
For a good cause.
Because then the memes would stop.
Oh my God, he's not in the
It's
right
like,
space. They're
Yo,
gonna
what are
have
we
to cut
gonna
this
do?
out.
All right, September 21st after the raid or whatever. Like,
Uh-huh.
what are these memes gonna?
Oh, there's.
There's
we'll
a
move
date.
on to the
Die.
next
There's
thing.
a date set for this.
Yeah, the 20th.
Yeah, that's
September
September
20th.
20th. If
Someone
you're
just-
down,
Yeah, if you want to
No.
go.
we're trying to get a bus of we
I
got
think I work.
carpool.
I
Um,
trying to
work.
Yo, but
Carpool.
these memes though, they're funny as fuck, and you're right because I feel like memes have a lifespan
Mhm.
where like no one talks about the SpongeBob
Speaking of-
caveman meme, like
Anymore?
yeah.
No, not
Right.
anymore.
So these memes are gonna die soon.
They're gonna
You gotta
die.
enjoy them.
Well,
You're right.
yeah, that's the whole point. They serve their purpose, and then they're not as funny anymore. Have you seen the videos? But you brought up SpongeBob, and it reminded me. There's a video of these two guys like dancing to like to the song in that one SpongeBob episode where Gary throws a party with all the jellyfish.
Oh, a jellyfish party.
Oh, the jellyfish party. Yeah, have you
And
seen
the
that
lights
video?
and shit? No, I
No,
haven't.
oh my
haven't
God,
seen
I'll
that
have
video,
to send it
but-
to you because I think I
It
put
sounds
it.
like a good time.
I think I put it on my Facebook, and I was like, "This is the tribute Deanna and I are going to pay to SpongeBob on our wedding day."
Yo, are you playing a SpongeBob song?
I really want to play that SpongeBob
Oh my
song. If
God.
anything, can you imagine? Da, 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 da.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be a good song.
It's your day. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Follow it up with
I
striped
can't.
sweater.
I put lots of Cardi.
Striped sweater.
Yeah,
Yo, can we
fucking-
rank top 3 SpongeBob songs real quick? Because
the,
that campfire song is fire.
the campfire song. That's
Do you
a
know
good
this?
one.
Do you know the words?
C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G
song. No, you didn't know.
Nah, I
it.
said it first.
I know.
Nah, I didn't even say it.
Hey, you guys are good. No.
It'll help if you just sing along.
Bum.
Bum.
You guys are on the same wavelength.
Yo, I feel like we do a good job with quoting SpongeBob shit on this
Yeah,
show.
we're,
Do you watch a lot of
Apparently.
SpongeBob?
I did at some point apparently.
Yeah.
I did. Well, we
most
all
of
did.
the memes from SpongeBob are like from the
Krusty
first
Krab
4
pizza.
episodes or four
Is the
seasons.
Pizza.
That's your favorite? That's the one you're going with?
That's one of my first favorite is the jellyfish party
Ooh,
song.
okay.
Ooh.
That's like my
The
first
Krusty
favorite.
Krab song or the pizza one is really good.
I like the halftime
That
performance.
breakdown.
Oh my God, that
Oh, bro, you're right.
That one's good.
I was so mad because I legit thought that they were gonna sing that whole song for the halftime show this year.
And then they do the
Oh,
little
and
clip.
then
It
they,
was a little
they
clip.
and then they literally it was just like 2 seconds of SpongeBob on a meteor, whatever it was,
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. That would have been dope if they had the whole
The whole
scene. Yeah.
They did it like a couple weeks after at like the halftime of some hockey game.
I don't believe
Oh, really?
it.
They did the whole thing.
I want to see a video.
But Super Bowl is
there is.
iconic.
I can look for it.
Look
but-
for it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yo, how about Sandy Cheeks and her Texas song? That was
No,
pretty
those
fire.
are
that
lame.
one's stupid.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I
They're
didn't like
2
that
against
one.
I
one.
wanna
That's gone.
go
Nope.
home.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Like it'll help. All right.
No.
No.
Damn, fuck you guys.
The other one that I can't remember, the one where he rips his pants. That one was good.
Oh, on the
What?
beach?
The beach one?
Yeah, where he rips his pants?
Yeah, but I don't know what the song was
I
called.
forgot what
Uh,
it's. Yeah.
I can't remember it at all.
It was a fool who ripped his pants. No?
All right.
Something like that.
Something like
Crickets.
that.
Can
we
That
add
was a good
crickets?
one. That was a good one. Go ahead.
All right. right. Good
But
shit.
going back to the whole teacher thing, and before we got derailed,
For SpongeBob and
For like the
SpongeBob and
fifth
all that.
time.
So Treto thought that teachers lived at school.
oh yes,
Oh.
yeah.
I remember I brought it up when whatever episode it was that we talked about it. I thought it was weird when I realized that teachers are people.
Oh my God.
So like that one tripped me out, and I remember it was.
What do you mean teachers are people?
So like in
Like
high
they have
school,
feelings?
yeah, like you can hurt their feelings. No, I'm just kidding. So like in high school, I shouldn't have said that. Now I feel
That's
weird
fucked up.
about it.
Yeah.
Um,
what, you gonna make her cry? What are you doing?
No kid has made me cry
That's
Ooh,
good.
Yet.
that they know.
Damn.
about.
Oh,
There have been many times where I just had to close my classroom door and I would just let it all out. Every
Dang,
teacher,
what-
every teacher will tell you that,
Holy shit.
guarantee.
what do
And
they
it's
say?
also-
Shit.
Oh my God, it's like the things that people in general are just assholes. But like
Okay.
when you get it over and over and over and over and over and over and
Imagine
over
it wears
again,
on you. Yeah.
Yeah, it wears on you. But like, and so like my whole first year, I was just like weeping all
Oh,
the time.
jeez.
Damn.
It was I had hard classes my
Yeah.
first year. Yeah, they were tough, but and most of them meant well. They were just with the wrong group of kids.
Mhm.
But I mean, kids are mean.
Shit.
Kids
So
are mean.
Was that your
No.
Was that your question?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. So you thought you're weird that
yeah. So when I
Teachers
realized
are
that teachers are
people.
people, my chemistry teacher in high school, he fucking fly. There was a fly in the last episode
Oh my
too.
God, I
it was
know.
so
oh, it's
annoying.
back. He's like, "Oh, you filming?"
Yeah. It's
Right?
like, hey, what's up,
Oh.
guys? No, so my chemistry teacher, I added him on Xbox Live, and we played video games together. And your face is
There's a
like,
smart guy episode on that.
and it was real guy. I know. No,
Smart guy? You mean a Family Guy?
No,
No,
do you
Smart
remember
Guy?
Smart Guy? The little
No.
black kid from the 90s?
No.
he was really smart.
He's really smart.
Oh, okay. Go on.
He's a smart
So
guy.
like I added him, and we were playing games, and it was funny. The day after I added him, he like grabbed me and was like talking outside of his classroom. It's like, hey, so that's cool. We can play video games. Like that's all fine, but if we're ever talking, you don't say that you know me from school. Like you don't mention that I'm your teacher.
Yeah.
And I thought it was because like there was like something like some policy or something like maybe
There
like,
is.
some weird something like that.
You
I guess.
shouldn't. Yeah.
But he eventually was like, yeah,
Sorry.
my girlfriend is really weird about me friending my students and playing video games with them. So like she can't find out, otherwise she'll flip out and she'll like
That's kind of
destroy my Xbox.
Okay,
So it
well, she
wasn't even
shouldn't
the school, it was
destroy.
just-
She shouldn't destroy your Xbox, but that's kind of merited if you were still in high school.
Yeah, and so like I
Yeah.
thought it was that, but like that didn't even like bother him. He was just
Oh.
like, that's fine, but my girlfriend will destroy my Xbox.
You know what it is? Maybe the dynamics are different because that was a male teacher, and being a young female teacher,
I could
the
see that.
dynamics are very different. So like, there is no way I'm adding any of my students on anything I have.
Right, not even your Friendster.
Not even my Finsta. I don't even have a Finsta.
Well, you got to get on it.
It's a lot of time. No, I've had kids because like I am genuinely pretty cool with like a handful of my students, and they're like, I don't want to lose touch. Like, can I add you on Facebook? I'm like, you can add me on Facebook when you graduate,
Right.
Because like you can come by and stop by my classroom at any point. Like I have open door. Like come say hi. It doesn't bother me, but I'm not adding you on anything until you graduate. That's just
That's
a
fair.
rule.
Yeah, I guess that's normal because then after you know you're in college and it's like
Well, yeah,
you need them for something like
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Like a
yeah,
letter.
like a letter of recommendation, yeah, or like a reference
Mhm.
for a job. I wouldn't be. Yeah, I've had kids ask me for job references.
yeah. I didn't even think about that when I was telling that story initially.
Well, I mean, if
Now
you
you're
think-
just playing video
sometimes
games with-
these
Yeah, I was
kids,
just playing teachers.
sometimes
yeah.
these kids only have their teachers.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
I hate to
think
take
about
I
it.
hate to take it there, but like it's true. Some of these kids only come to school because it's a warm building with food with people who care about them.
Yeah, that's
Like
that's
Um,
fair.
Yeah, and then have you encountered like one of your students going through something like that? I mean,
oh
without
my god,
giving details.
yes, it's been it's rough. I thought one of my kids committed suicide one morning, and I remember,
jeez.
yeah, because the safety came to my room because they were looking for him, and because the police were looking for him. because
Safety is like a security
The
guard?
security, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, but we
yeah.
call them safety. And I'm like, I
Big
don't know
ass
where
black
this.
guy named Safety.
I didn't know where he was. I'm like, no, he's not here. And then
Yeah.
I found him afterwards, and I'm like, why are you looking for him? Because this kid doesn't cause trouble. And they're like,
Right.
we think X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, Oh my God. It was fine. He got into like a really bad argument with one of his relatives and posted something alarming on social media, and his friends did the right thing and like alerted police right away, like
Okay,
took
that was gonna be
screenshots
my
of
question.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, these
How'd they
kids
find out?
no, they look out for each other. And I've only really had to step in when like there's like a bullying thing that's happening, but for the most part these kids will call each other out on their shit. Like I had a kid once. So I'm a terrible speller, and every maybe not every math teacher, but you might hear a lot of math teachers say, "I can't spell. I'm not an English teacher."
Right.
So I wrote
I've heard that line a lot.
Actually, yeah, I've heard that before.
It's like I'm
Okay.
not insert teacher that's relevant to this.
Yeah. So that's me all the time. I can't spell, and I lost a spelling bee to the word radio. Ironically enough, I know
Nice.
I choked. I know how to spell it.
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
dumb. Okay, like I
All
know
right,
how
radio
to spell
right here, right
it.
now.
RADIO, radar.
Nice.
Can you insert clapping
Radar?
noises?
Wait,
Radar.
what is that? Radar?
Oh
or radio?
no.
I was gonna let it go, but Shado's so mad that you called him out about the duck.
Yeah. Spell duck. Ready? Go. No. just kidding.
DUFUCKUYOU.
Yep, you got it. No.
So
They changed the spelling.
Wait, going back to on a serious note, real quick, with like nowadays with like 13 Reasons Why and things like that,
Oh
and
my
kids so
God.
easily can like watch that. Do you or like does your school require or even offer just like trainings or like talks with your students about that?
With
Like,
our students?
Yeah.
So I don't have to initiate those conversations
Okay.
with my students. That's what the social workers and like psychologists are there to do, like,
makes
because
sense.
that's like their job.
that's what they studied.
I am
yeah.
just a mandated reporter, which means if I see something, or it's basically like if you see something or hear something or know of something, you need to report it to like the appropriate people right away. So like you either need to take it to the social worker, you need to take it to the dean, you need to take it to whomever is appropriate.
Okay.
And that's as far as I go. But like kids have come to me with like some heavy shit, and I didn't even know. Like I would just give not even give my input, but I would just be like, I understand why you're feeling, like all I can really say is I'm like, I understand why you're feeling this way. You're 100% valid in feeling this way. I'm just like, can I, just to let you know, I have to submit this to X, Y, and Z person so that they know. And they're like,
Right.
okay, they already know. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm like, I need to do it anyway.
Right.
Just because I'm not trained to like help them in that capacity at all.
Damn.
I had a kid my first year. She gave me a card, and she's like, "I had 2 social workers this year," and I'm just like, "Oh, that was really sweet."
Oh,
'Cause
you
she,
being
like,
one of them. Okay.
me being
Well,
one of
actually-
yeah,
She was
yeah,
just
she's
telling
like,
you like, hey, I got 2.
Yeah, I had
No,
2
she's
social.
like 2.
You got,
She's like, no,
you got
you-
8
she's like-
boyfriends. I got 2 social workers.
But who's counting?
Who's counting? Who's keeping track?
Right. Okay. That damn. So then you do build that like connection with them. And they
Oh
trust
yeah.
you?
Well, at the very education at its core is about building relationships, or at least
Right.
that's what I think it's about. Like you're building relationships, you're making connections, and you're ultimately, to me, showing kids that you care. Like I care about you learning this content, but I also care about you as a person. And it's funny that you say that that it freaked you out when you realized your teacher was like a person,
Right.
because I make sure I emphasize that in the beginning of the year so much. Like if I make a mistake on the board or whatever, I'm like, call me out on it. Like that's fine. Like I'm human. I make mistakes, and I'll print the wrong quiz here and there, and I'll be like, oh my god, I printed the wrong quiz, and I'll be
Right.
really really mad. But I'm like, I'm really really mad at like myself, not like them. But like I'll use it as a moment to be like, look guys, like I make mistakes all the time. It's okay. Like sometimes you're gonna need your calculator for 1 + 1. It's fine, especially if
When
it's on a
when
test.
you're taking a
When you're
test.
taking a test.
Just to make sure.
you just gotta make sure. Make sure it
Yeah.
didn't change.
Everything
Yeah.
counts. Yeah.
Everything works.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I try to just insert that anytime I can, because I do think kids forget that their teachers are people with emotions.
Oh, definitely.
And also
Yeah.
with lives, which is why I also when I don't give them homework, I'm like, listen, I'm not giving you guys homework. I have a life, you guys have lives, and you have like however many other classes
Right.
outside of this class. Or like sometimes if scheduling or if like timing is working out for me, I'll be like, okay, can you guys take this test on this day, or do you want to push it back? Do you want to push it up?
Yeah.
So you accommodate. Yeah.
I accommodate where I can. And
Okay.
if I can't, because I'm so open about it, they're really cool about it. Like they'll be like, can we please push this test back? And I'm like, guys, I really can't, because we need to get through this and that. Like, I'm so sorry I can. They're like, okay, we know if you could, if you would.
Right.
So I'm like, which
Oh,
is
that's
true.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
You're not the bad guy.
yeah.
I try not to.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. I think I think kids come to you, or they go to a math class and they think of it as like, this is something I have to get through. No, this is not something you feel like you should have to get through. I will work with you. Like, you should not have to come here every day and feel like you're like, I don't know.
I feel like now that we have younger teachers, that's great, because when I had math in high school, like all my teachers were old. Like they were
Right. Oh,
they were
it's here,
they were
it's here.
gross. Like
They were gross.
yeah, like there was no connection with the teacher, especially in the math class. I mean, English was a little different, even like social studies, or whatever. But with math, it was always like, you have to get it. If you don't get it,
It
I'm
is
here
hard.
for another hour. But yeah, that's it. Like, you know, there was
Right.
never like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
It is hard. I will say it is hard to get to like culturally responsive content in a math class, because like if you're in an English or like a history class, like you can talk
That's
about
pretty easy.
it's,
Yeah.
you can talk about current world issues all day long. How do you bring race into a math class? It's
Right.
really hard. And it's tough being creative sometimes, but
Yeah.
like you find ways to like weave content and things that they find important as well.
So if Timmy has 17 watermelons, no?
Yeah,
Oh my
you seen
God,
that
that's
meme? It's
so
like, yo, if what is it? Like, if you have half a gram, and then it's like, well, shit, how much is he selling the?
How much is it selling on the street?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that when I bring money into it, they're like, kids get it right away.
Oh,
They're
That's
like,
interesting.
they're like, okay, so something like 1/2 plus 3/4, and they're like, what? And I'm just like 50 cents plus 75 cents, and they're like, oh, $1 something, and I'm just like, you do that so quick. Think of it like money. Like, find ways to make it work. You see how quick? You see how quick that was?
Yeah, yeah. All right.
The light bulb just went off.
Nah, I know, right?
Oh.
This was the
okay,
teacher trader needed all along.
All right. On that note, guys, let's take a quick break. We'll be back, and when we do come back, we're gonna take a quick math test.
Let's do
Oh,
it.
shit.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and hit this video. Check out next week's episode. If you like it, come back next week. Stay tuned. In about 30 seconds, we'll see how smart Renee is. And,
Oh yeah.
all right, we'll be right back, guys. Well, that was exactly the same.
It was just as good.
Oh, see, there you go. Okay.
I like this better.
Good clap. Clap it up. Clap your hands. Clap.
Okay, we're done.
Welcome back to TretoWithOutARadio. That what you just saw was next week's episode. So again, if you mess with
Clap
it,
that ass.
come clap that ass over here.
If you mess with it, come clap that ass.
Come clap
over
that ass over here.
Consensually,
We
though.
won't pay you though.
We won't pay you.
It's a
You
free
get paid an
internship.
experience.
Yo, imagine being a stripper and like not getting paid. Like you're just an intern stripper.
Wow.
That would be a good like
An
comedy
intern
sketch.
stripper.
Intern
Yeah.
stripper.
You should get.
He's
Yeah.
like, sorry, I can't accept tips. I'm working for
You know
experience
who-
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
put it back in your
know-
pocket. This is
You know who you can talk to about all things in that area.
yeah, Zach. That would be good.
Yeah.
Let's consult with our creative team, Zach. So I have a quiz for us. Being that we are doing a high school episode, I thought it would be fun to go back and do something in that nature. So it's not just a quiz. We're going to play a game pretty much. All right.
All right.
And since there's no drinking involved, the loser who loses and lost
Okay.
has to chug their water.
Bro, I just peed though. Like, I'm
Oof,
gonna have to
good
pee
luck.
again.
Yeah, don't lose.
Do you have
no.
drinks on hand? No.
No.
Can I just take a shot of something? I'd rather take a shot of it than chug my water.
A shot of warm.
Warm Malort.
Oh, we do have
something.
Malort.
Is
Yeah.
it
Do Malort?
warm?
It's super cold.
I like how you're asking him. Are
Yeah.
you gonna want to do more?
I know.
So you're assuming I'm gonna lose.
That's
All right.
I'm saying.
If I
we've
lose,
got a growth mindset here. You can do it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got it.
I'll take a shot of Malort.
Yeah.
if
All
I
right.
lose.
No,
That's
I mean,
fine.
it's super easy. It's like.
Or you can chug your water.
All
I'd rather.
right. Cool.
No.
So here, I'll pass these out. Don't flip them over.
It is a math minute.
It's a math minute.
Oh, but see, I was just gonna do like 30 seconds.
Oh,
I
okay,
mean, that's
even
fine.
better.
Yeah,
So then,
super fast. And then.
let me take off my watch so I can write properly.
All right. Sorry. All right. So pretty much.
Wait, hold on. I want to make
you
sure I
gotta-
have it the right way.
No.
I just want to make sure
Doesn't-
I'm not.
doesn't
You
matter.
have to complete as many problems as you can, right?
No
Right.
cheating.
Should we do a minute? I feel like that's a lot. Let's
No,
do
you
30
can do
seconds.
30
All right, let's do
seconds.
30
Yeah,
seconds.
30
is
seconds.
fine.
So I'll give us 30 seconds.
Wait.
The person with the least.
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Ooh, that is a good. Yeah.
No, you don't test yours.
No. All right. Let me get the timer here. And people at home watching, this is advanced trigonometry. So, yeah,
You're gonna
just
be finding
be prepared.
logs and cosines?
Long division and cosines
Logs
and
and cosines.
Pythagorean.
Pythagorean theorem.
That's geometry.
And then
Shit. No.
what was it? PEMDAS? Please
PEMDAS.
excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
Sally.
Hey, I'm asking.
What does
I'm
it
not on
stand
trial.
for?
I
here.
know.
What does it stand for, though?
Please excuse me.
No, that's not what it
Well, my Aunt Sally was trying to get
Okay, parentheses. Excuse is exponents.
Explanations.
Oh, I thought he was
Exclamation.
exponent. What did I say?
Exclamation
You're all excited?
point.
You know there is an exclamation point in math.
Is it really? What does
This
it
is
mean?
120.
I'm gonna write it out.
Yo, shut up. So 5
100.
exclamation point.
Is 120.
But what is the exclamation point?
Oh yeah,
5 times 4 times 3
Yeah.
times 2 times 1.
that thing's cool.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
It's called a factorial.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Yo, you're about to ace this test.
All right,
then.
so we're doing this thing or not?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you
All
ready?
right. Here we go. 30 seconds.
Ready.
Stopwatch. Actually, I should
Parentheses,
just put the
exponents,
timer.
multiply, divide, add, subtract.
There
Once
you
I
go.
wrote it
Good
down,
job.
it was a lot easier.
What's
proud
the
of
other
you.
one though? It's PEMDAS, and then there was another one.
PEMDs.
PEMDAS. PEMDAS hoes. All right.
These nuts. Sorry.
We all have our different variations. All right, here we go, guys. This is Hot 30. 30
Oh,
for 30.
That's a cool name.
That's
Yeah.
a good name. Yeah.
And 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh shit, math. I can hear you going really fast, and it's bothering me. It's making me nervous.
Yo, fuck, I can't talk.
No, go ahead, Trevor. This is
we
a
got 15
podcast.
seconds.
If we're not talking, doesn't even count.
Does it have to be right?
Well,
It's my
It's
game.
the most right. Done.
Yo,
you
stop.
finished it?
5
How much
seconds.
time is left?
Shit. 5 seconds. 11, 15, 20. Stop. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, you finished, so I
Shit.
feel like you're
Yeah, I feel
automatically first.
All right.
Well, are they right?
Oh, I don't.
Are they
I
all the
was-
same?
They're
Are they all the
the same.
same?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Okay,
let's
so
just
that's
go.
it's 4, 8,
4,
8, 7, 9, 10,
Mhm.
10, 16, 14, 8, 4, 10,
Shit.
10, 19,
19,
11, 6,
7,
7, 11, 11,
11,
15, 20,
20,
15, 15, and 12.
I didn't get that far. Yep.
Get that far.
Wow, I started from the bottom and went up.
Started from the bottom over here. Yeah. Okay. So I guess how many do you have left over?
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, left?
Yeah, how many left? Let's
I have
Incomplete.
5 unanswered.
That means
6
you're
unanswered.
second.
Sorry.
Yeah, I have 3. Damn, Renee.
How many did you get right?
All of them.
Fuck, I got one wrong.
I look at the teacher. All of them.
All of them? Wait, we should have switched.
Yo, we
Everyone
should've.
grade your partners.
Dang, that would have been a good one. Bro, I said 6 plus 2 is 6.
You were nervous. You were
6
nervous.
plus 2 is
Yo,
6.
I couldn't talk and do math. That shit's
Oh,
crazy.
that's like the one thing I can't
I
do.
think-
I can't read a book and talk. I can't read a book and listen to music. I
That's
can't
crazy.
write and listen to music. I can't read anything that involves reading and like having TV or.
I feel like if I had just shut up and did the math, I would have answered all the questions.
But you wanted to be the cool kid in
But
the
I
class?
wanted to keep talking. No.
All right, good stuff, guys. That was Hot 30. Wow. Okay, so are you like the type of teacher that does like pop quizzes and shit, or do you kind of let
If it
them
was
know?
an honors class, yes, I'll do pop quizzes. But
Okay.
if it's not an honors class, I won't. And if you don't get a good grade if you don't get the grade that you want on your quiz, you can retake it.
Oh,
It's a different form, but you can retake it.
Right.
You have
Super
that option.
lenient then.
Oh boy. That's why I said you have to try to fail my class.
Right.
What's the hardest? Well, I guess college doesn't count. We're strictly high school. What's the hardest math you took in high school?
Pre-calc.
Precalc?
Yeah, but my school went up to AB calculus.
Oh shit.
What the hell is AB calculus? Is that like 1 and 2 combined or something?
No, that's the
Abraham
first semester.
Lincoln.
Abraham it's the first semester. Lincoln doesn't start with B.
ABL.
ABL license?
Yeah.
No.
Well, right.
It's called ABC. AB calculus.
It's easiest 1, 2, 3.
See?
Something. Do re mi. Yo, I took trigonometry in high school. 2 weeks, I was out.
I think I took
What do you
that.
mean 2
Yo,
weeks you were out?
I
Don't
was
you
like,
need like
I
a minimum of
cannot-
like 4 years?
No, he was so
No.
good. He only took 2 weeks.
Well, no, because
You graduated out.
yeah. Yo, I'm out. No, I switched it because I was like, this is too hard. Like I can't. Like
Yeah.
It's not too hard.
it was really hard.
Gave up.
No.
No.
I never
You
went-
gave up, yeah.
No, I didn't. No, hell no, that shit. Trigonometry was pretty hard.
Trigonometry is so fun. That's all sine, cosine, and
Mhm.
tangent. And
Oh,
then
yeah, that one was-
inverse.
yeah.
And then inverse.
Once you understood that, it got really easy.
Well, 2 weeks I was like, can I switch this for? And then my counselor was like, yeah, you just have to hit the credits or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think I took like
Geometry? No.
no,
Again?
you take geometry in like freshman year.
Just take it again.
No.
Yeah.
Uh,
That sounds
anyway, yeah, but
Did you take like
yeah,
college
that shit
algebra?
sucks. Maybe.
Yeah. I didn't get, you had to get recommended to take AP Calc in my high school. And I was so mad that I never, like my teacher didn't recommend me. And I was so salty because I thought I was really good at math. Like I never
Yeah.
had to study. I always had my homework done. I was a really good student. And I wasn't recommended for AP Calc.
Wow.
Maybe the teacher just didn't like you.
Yeah, probably.
Have you done that where you just don't like a kid and you give him a hard time?
Ooh.
No.
All right, so now that the camera's off. No.
So how do you go from hanging out with teenagers all day and then like after work like hanging out with your friends and like your
I don't.
fiance like
Have you ever hung out with a teacher on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday night? That's because
in
we're all
the summer?
sleeping.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
Oh, I
Yeah,
guess, you're
see?
right. But isn't that like the difference? Like you come home and like your fiance's like, I'm assuming he's super mature and like you guys talk about shit, but like do you kind of like feel like you get like the teenager in you comes back out and you're like, oh yeah, we talked about this and this?
No, not at
No?
all.
Oh,
No,
that's
if
good.
anything, like I'll come home and I'll be like, it goes one of two ways. I either don't want to talk about work at all, or I
Right,
need to let it all go. Whenever I need to let it all go, it usually involves a parent, like some drama with like a parent.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. We haven't even asked you about that. Like, has there been like a situation with a parent where like a parent's like dead set in a way or something that's clearly wrong or something?
My first parent-teacher conferences, I taught a geometry honors class, and honors math, period, is hard. It's hard. Honors any class is hard, honestly. And this girl was very, very sweet. She dropped the honors class and went down to regular because it was too hard for her.
Okay.
And it just wasn't the right fit. Like, she just couldn't handle like the stress of everything, and she was taking so many other honors classes. So I got it. She's like, I don't want to be here. It's not you. It's like I'm stressed out. I don't want a future in like engineering or like math. Like I want to do this, and I'm like, that's fine, not a big deal.
Right.
She dropped down. And her mom was like super understanding, and her mom was like, oh yeah, it's like that's totally fine. Thank you for being so helpful. Like she really liked you, X, Y, and Z. And I'm just like, oh, like this is great. And the dad comes to me during parent-teacher conferences after this girl's been out of my class for like 2 months.
Oh, okay.
And the first
So it wasn't
thing,
even last week.
no, it wasn't
Yeah.
even last week. No, and he goes, I thought women were supposed to be encouraging. He's like, I didn't want her to drop your class. Like, no one told me she was dropping your class. And I'm just like, I was in contact with, her mom. Your name was not on the contact list. Like that's why you weren't CC'd on any email. Like,
Okay.
I didn't know. And to me, in my head, I'm like, it sounds like a you and your ex-wife kind of problem. And I'm
Right.
just like,
Oh,
and now I see
ex-wife.
why.
Ex-wife.
There we go.
Yo, bro. Nah. All right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, this
Like how we
man's on
just-
a. Yeah, this just made
there.
sense.
That's all you had to say, yeah.
Yeah, I should have let off with that.
Yeah, parents can feel I've gotten parents who like, okay, so I get a parent during parent teacher conferences and she looks at this, she pulls out the report card and she goes, this C is not going to work out for me. And I'm just like,
What?
Don't look at me. Like, look at your kid. Like, where's your kid?
Yeah.
Like, as
That's-
opposed to like other parents who they're like, you're getting a C? Like, what the hell? Like, get your shit together.
Let's
Right.
step it up.
Two
yeah.
different kinds of
They
parents.
like come
yeah.
at you like.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
What
I've
the
had
hell?
parents come at me like that. Yeah. Parents are ruthless.
That's
Damn,
weird.
crazy, yeah.
Like you're just gonna like, all right, my bad, and then you just like change it.
I know,
like,
right?
what
Like,
what do
my
they expect
bad.
to happen in that
That's
situation?
what I'm saying. Like, you got to do the work, and I make it very easy.
Yeah.
Retake quizzes, do the extra credit, do
Right.
your homework, get the extra practice. If you don't understand something, ask a question. Come after school, go to the math study center. There's
Yeah.
so many things that you can do. I'm not going to spoon feed you a grade. You're going to get the grade that you earn,
Right.
not the grade that you want. That's how it
Damn.
works.
Now, is this third year Raquel, or is this like first year
No, this
Raquel?
is third year. This is third year.
yeah, okay.
Raquel.
First year Raquel was trying to
First
change
year.
it.
I know.
No.
First
no,
year-
here, let me go
First
ahead,
year,
scribble
Raquel was like, "Let me see what I can do."
that. Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
Your first year, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing, and I had kids come back afterwards. They're like, "Your class was my favorite," and I'm like, "That was my first year teaching. I had no idea." They're like, "That was your first year teaching," and I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "It didn't look like it," and I'm like, "I had no idea what I was doing. No idea."
Damn.
But
That's crazy.
I feel like that, at least that I've heard, that happens a lot for whatever reason.
That's
like,
generally the thing. It's
Yeah.
like your first year teaching, you're literally on survival mode.
yeah.
Your second year, you think it's going to be better. It's not. At least that wasn't the case for me. Like if I worked just as hard my second year. This year was the year where I was like, okay, you know what? I'm leaving this building by 6 every night, no matter what. I don't care.
Right.
And so I left.
How often would you? I mean, what was the normal?
Yeah, it makes it sound like you were staying really late.
Yeah.
The first 2
7
years.
or 8
every day.
every day.
Shut up.
And was that like lesson planning for the next day or something?
Lesson
or?
planning, grading, writing and responding to emails, taking attendance, making copies.
Oh, you're really prepared.
I make my own stuff. Like
Yeah.
I make my own handouts. I make my own homework. Let me think. What else would I need to do? There's like a bunch of
Is
like
there like a
housekeeping stuff.
handbook where it's like, hey, if you're teaching this, use these
Teacher
or
101?
do you go like Google it or like?
So I
you have-
can, and that's the thing that I used like once I just got exhausted, I just went to another teacher who was teaching the same class, who had been teaching the same class, and I would purposely be a day or two behind her so that she would teach it. I would go watch her teach it, and then I'd be like, just give me all your materials, and I would just do the exact same thing.
Was she cool with that or?
Oh yeah, she was totally cool with that. Oh yeah,
Nice.
at least everyone in my department is amazing. They are so helpful. They're always like, "Oh my god, you need this? Here you go. You want this worksheet? Here you go.
Right.
I really like that you made. Can you send it over?" And it's like, for sure, take it. Like everyone is super supportive, super cool, because we all know the struggle.
Yeah.
like,
Shout out to the algebros. I mean, damn,
For
they
real.
sound super supportive.
yes.
They sound
Oh
like a
my
good
god! And
group.
this year it was the best because the two others in that group chat that I have, we all taught the same classes. So we all taught, except for we all had 2 classes in common. I taught geometry and algebra 2, and that's what they all taught as well.
Right.
One other one taught Precalc honors, and I also picked up algebra 1. But like we had those 2 classes in common. So literally, someone took geometry and they planned geometry all the time. And I'm like, I got algebra 2 because this is my 3rd year teaching it. So
Right.
and this
Yeah.
was their first year at that school. And your first year at a brand new school is basically year 1 all over again. It's a
Yeah.
new school, new curriculum, new online system, new community, new everything. So it was their first year here, and so it was just very nice because I was so done with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is that drastically different now that you mention it? Like all the online components, because like we didn't really have that in high school. I
do you
feel
mean?
like submitting things online or like doing things online or like even Morton, for example, like now
Now
every
everything
student
is
has
online.
a laptop.
Yeah, it's a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
So it's a 1-to-1 for our school too. They have a 1-to-1. It's a Chromebook.
Right. Yeah. They do
I would
something
like
similar.
for them to give them 1-to-1 with like touchpad devices so that I can just push out their notes and they can take their notes on there, because I kill so many trees with the amount of papers that I print. Because if you think about it, I print notes for every day, so 1 sheet front and back.
Right.
And sometimes I need 2. And then I print homework. If I print homework every day, so that's 2 things I need to print every day, and then factor in a quiz every week. So that's
Right.
let's see, 2 things times 5 times a week. That's 10 papers times however many students I have.
What's your average class size?
Like high 20s, like
okay.
26.
Pretty normal.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty normal.
Yeah, it's pretty normal.
Yeah, so that's a lot of paper. That's
a lot of paper.
Shitload of paper.
Yeah.
Do they still use math books, or is it all
No,
like
at least-
online?
At least we don't.
Right.
I don't. At least for the classes that I teach, I don't. It depends on the school. It depends on the class. For my school, we don't have textbooks we don't assign kids textbooks for Algebra 1, Geometry, or Algebra 2. And I think from Precalc and on, they have a textbook.
Yo,
so that means
okay.
I'm making my own notes.
Do you remember lugging those books around like?
Oh, it was the worst.
Oh man! And then like you had to plan
Yeah.
it out. Like, all right, I have algebra like 5th period, so I
Right.
got to leave this here, come back for it. You know, I got to take it home. And then there was days where like you had so much homework that you just
Yeah.
had to take all of them home.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Bro, yeah.
I remember for me at least, I would always try to do one of the homework that I had in another class. But then they'd always be like, "Put that away. You're not. You're not.
What is
Not
this?
in that
yeah,
class.
no, you're not
You're-
in that class."
This is gym. No.
I know.
You're all writing now.
She's all running and. Yeah. Damn.
I mean, at that point, just let the kid do their homework. That's impressive,
I
Yeah.
know. At that point,
right?
Yeah,
Like
it's
the
weird.
handwriting's all neat too.
there have been kids who they're like, "I'm just having a bad day." I'm like, "You just need. Can I just put my head down?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Go for it. You don't want to be bothered. Fine."
Damn, that's cool.
That's
I had
really
to-
cool. Yeah, I like your teaching style. Like,
They're, I'm honest. They're honest. I'm like, hey, look, as long as you know this is what you're missing out on.
Yeah.
Like, you're missing out on this. They're like, I get it. I need to put my head down. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
You know how much I had to go through to sleep through a class?
bro, you
No.
had to hide it. The
Oh,
worst
to
was when you were
sleep.
fighting.
Wait, I
it.
don't let them sleep. If they put their head down, then I know
Renee's
they're
like, "Oh,
listening. He's like, oh, never mind. I take it back.
Yeah.
No,
You're
they're
not
not
that
allowed to
cool.
sleep in my class. If they sleep,
Okay.
if I catch them sleeping, I wake them up and I'm like, if you're not feeling well, you can go down to the nurse. But
Yeah.
if you're here,
Otherwise,
you have to be here.
You have to be up.
Yeah.
Did you ever
Damn.
fight it? Like you fight your sleep? And you just like head bob.
Yeah, at first.
Yeah.
Like my senior year in high school, I slept through 2 classes daily.
Really?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Jesus.
Wait,
Would
why?
you, like,
I
sit in
want to
the
know
back?
why.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. Well, I'll answer yours because that one's a longer. But what was yours?
You just sat in the back. They didn't pay
I
attention.
just sat where I sat. One of them I sat like, I was like 3rd from the front.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So one class that I remember sleeping through was it was a dramatically easy class. It was like literally just a workbook.
Okay.
And so I finished the workbook in like the first week of the
The
semester.
whole workbook?
It was like 80 pages. And so like I finished the workbook and I was like, well, I don't have anything to do, so I would
Right.
just sleep. And it was my first period of the day.
Right.
So I would get there, I'd
Oh.
sleep. And he was really cool about it. He was like, well, I told him, I was like, yeah, I finished my workbook, so I'm just gonna sleep, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And he's like, I'm all right. And like that was about it. The other class was my physics class, which was I don't know, like 4th period or something.
That's like in the middle of the day.
Yeah. But it was really warm in that class.
Oh.
It
So it
was
just
really
hit you?
warm and like
Yeah. And you
I
just
had
finished
lunch
lunch.
third
I was just about to
period,
say, I
or-
was like, and you had lunch. I already know.
No, I had gym, my bad. At gym.
So
And
you were tired.
Yeah, I was just tired and I would just sleep because that one was kind of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We had like a week or like a week and a half, 2 weeks to do like a chapter or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just do the whole chapter and then I would just sleep the rest of the time.
Makes sense.
Damn. So you
Yeah,
just-
so I would
yeah.
sleep through 2 classes and then I had gym and then one class was really my whole last year was great. I did nothing. It was amazing.
Sounds like
Did
yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
But speaking about lunch, speaking
about
of
lunch.
lunch, teachers lounge.
Ooh, teachers
Was it
lounge.
popping? Is it popping? Like
So they got
It's
like
poppin'.
margarita bar,
Right?
I
Margarita bar
wish.
Wednesdays.
Bro.
However
I
many
swear.
times I needed a margarita Monday.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Not even on
Margarita
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Monday is what we need. Whiskey Wednesday is what we need on Wednesday.
Yeah. Did you guys like? Well, your first year was it weird? Like just sitting eating your lunch, or is it kind of like
Like
oh, you
barely
just
ate
talk to
lunch my
people?
first year. I was in my
Goddamn.
classroom just working.
Yeah.
Working through my lunch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it depends. Like for me, the teachers lounge. Every department, that school is so big, so every department has like their own
They have their own lounge.
office for
Okay.
that department.
Y'all got your own lounge.
Y'all got your own lounge? Yeah.
Y'all
so
got
like the-
TVs in this lounge? No.
Is
So
this
like
a couch?
so like the math department has one, the English department has one, the foreign language department has
Yeah.
one, and so all the teachers just go there because like the building is separated into like wings, and so like most of the math classes are like in the north wing, this
Yeah.
floor, and so stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, lots of stuff goes down. So sometimes we're working,
Uh-huh.
sometimes we're planning, sometimes we're gossiping about
Students.
Things.
I knew
Nah.
it. I knew it.
yeah.
Did you see Jessica today? Oh my god, that substitute! What a bitch!
If something
Yeah.
wild happened, it got brought up. Mm-hmm.
Did you guys like kind of put the substitutes to the side and like
Well,
really hang out with
alienate them.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
because not that we don't hang out with them, but they have their own lounge.
They have a
Oh,
substitute
they got a lounge too?
bro.
Bro.
The subs have their own lounge.
you want to go hang out with the subs? Like,
Right?
wow, they got a fucking subs.
They
No.
have subs in the subs lounge.
And there's
sandwiches?
a
Yeah.
fridge, and that would be funny if they did.
Wow.
Subs in the
Yo,
subs.
shout out to Sal. He was a substitute teacher.
He probably has subs every day for lunch.
Probably.
So they have a thing, you said?
They have a what?
They got a thing?
No, wait, a thing for what? Like
No,
they
you-
have their own lounge. Yes.
Yeah.
The subs have their own lounge.
What?
I think there's a couch in there. I've never seen it.
Damn.
I know you need a pin to get in, and I'm like, oh, it's like an exclusive club.
Damn, for the
Damn.
subs? Like, they're
I
not
know.
even there full time and they have a pin for their...
Yo, you ever be at the airport and you see that like club that they have?
Oh,
for,
like the
VIP?
Delta Club or like
yeah,
whatever?
you know what I'm talking
Yes,
about?
because
Yeah.
they travel
That's
so
what
much.
I'm picturing your school to be like. Like
Oh my
that's
God,
like
like
It's like
right
that.
now.
top
Like,
notch.
math
yeah.
teachers only.
It is
Right?
a
They
top
got
notch
butlers
school.
and stuff.
So going on with that then, I mentioned while we were paused how I have two teachers that I've seen twice, and the 2 times that I've seen them, they've been blacked out drunk both
Oh my God,
times.
yeah.
And like the second time, this was like 2 weeks ago. She's a 4th grade teacher, and this is she just is finishing, or she had just finished her first year teaching. And it was funny. She's like, "Yeah, I got really blacked out last time. I'm gonna do a lot better of a job this year." She was blacked out like 2 hours later. And
Wait, she would like get blacked out during the
no,
school
I'm saying
year?
like at
No,
the
no,
at
no,
the
no,
no.
tournament
Oh,
when
at
I
the
saw her
tournament
this
tournament,
weekend.
Yeah.
And so the only frame of reference I had of her was her blacked out all of last year, and then her saying, "Yeah, I got really drunk. I'm gonna
Do better."
I'm gonna do better this year," and then her immediately getting
And
blacked out
only
again.
get blacked out once a
And-
weekend, not twice.
Wow.
And so like, yeah, probably maybe that's what it was. She blacked out one day instead of 2
There
days.
you go. There you go.
Yo,
Progress is progress.
Yeah.
And so like things like that, and like during the year, like I see friends that I have that are teachers. They're like at a bar, or, like posting this, or like and like on school nights, and like legit school
Oh.
nights for them, you know.
That must suck the next day.
And like they're out partying and like doing all this shit, and it's so weird that I can't imagine a teacher doing that. Like, does that?
I
is
don't
that
know
something
what
that
school they're
happens?
working at, but at the school I work at, no teachers do that. We're all too fucking tired. Monday through Thursday.
you ever just got the urge? You're like, you know, fuck it, man. Like, I'm
Let's
just gonna
go
go.
for
out.
Like,
a
fuck
drink.
it. They're
If
gonna
I
wa-
do
they're
go
gonna
for
watch
a
a movie
drink-
tomorrow.
Yeah.
If I do go for a
Bring the
drink,
TV
oh
in.
my God, just you see
Yeah.
wheeling it in like those good old days.
All right, guys. No one.
All right,
bother
take
me.
notes.
Oh my God. If I do go for a drink, it's either always right at the beginning of a school year or right at the end of the school year when like there's the least stress available. If I go for a drink at all during the week, I will go right after school. I will have 1, maybe 2,
Yeah,
and I'll go home and go the fuck to sleep. I am that tired.
maybe that's what it is. She's so tired throughout
They're
the
just
whole
so
year
tired.
that like when she's on break, she just
She
wants
goes
to, like,
wild.
Out at
Yeah.
these tournaments.
Go
Bro,
crazy.
yes, these
Yeah.
drinking tournaments.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
what they are.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not
what it is.
volleyball tournaments. They're drinking tournaments.
Yeah, that's what it's for. But it's just amazing. Like that's the only frame of reference I have for this teacher.
For this one
Yeah.
teacher,
And like during like August and September, it's all like posts about her gathering materials and supplies for her class and like
Yes.
getting books
Yep.
and all of this.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
just see that I'm like, this is the person who was blacked out on the
Yep.
beach at like 10 a.m.
Oh wow.
we have 2 very different lives.
Like
So,
a
like,
teacher.
your
We have a
school
teacher
life
life,
and-
and then we've got an out of school life.
Jeez, like
Yo,
I
that's
don't know.
crazy.
That,
Like I
that-
go
living-
dance.
you're
I don't get
living like a
okay.
double
Well,
life.
here's the most I'll do. I won't go and get blacked out because like I have to teach the next day. Like
Right.
I have to face these kids.
yeah.
But I'll go dancing. Like
I
I'll
feel
go
like
to
it's harder
Lalo's
with a
on
math
Wednesday.
teacher too,
Why?
because like you actively have to teach. Like you can't get away with like showing a documentary in history
Right.
class
I was
or
gonna say
like.
True. I could find like a tutorial on YouTube and be like, "Here's what you're learning today."
Have you ever ran into like one of your students' parents at one of these social
Nope.
gatherings?
And that's why I do not drink
Yo.
in Evanston.
That
That's
makes
true.
sense. Don't drink where you teach.
Don't drink where
Yeah.
you teach. Don't live where you teach. That's one of my rules, at least.
Yeah.
When me and Dion were looking at properties, we looked at one in Evanston, and I was like, nope.
Nope, can't
So
do
your
it.
Nope,
neighbor's
can't do
gonna
it.
have like
Yep.
yeah.
Your
Nope.
neighbor's gonna be your student.
My neighbor's gonna listen to me waking up on Saturday mornings to Vicente Fernandez.
Yeah. While you're cleaning your
Hacer
house.
los quehaceres.
Right?
Oh shit.
Miss Lopez, I heard you bumping that music.
This is-
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
life.
That's
Whenever you get sad, and you
Oh my God.
put on your twerking music.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, that's so funny. At the end of the year, this girl was like, "Miss Lopez, do you listen to City Girls?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I love them." And she goes,
What?
No, you don't.
she's like, "No, you don't." And I was just,
You know what
"Have
those
seen
songs are about, right? No.
that?" It's the hot girl summer.
Wow. Yo, you just probably blew her mind. Yo, guys,
I didn't tell her that,
I
but
think Miss Lopez has been reading our text.
she's been
I
reading
told
our
you they could track
Finsta.
those.
Oh, yeah.
She's been reading our Finstas.
A burner account? Oh,
She
that's
found
crazy.
them.
Oh
Damn.
god.
Yeah, good shit. I guess you want to ask anything else before we kind of wrap it up?
I had one and I can't remember. I lost it in between
Yeah.
between everything else. So I don't know. Did you have anything?
No, I think we pretty much copied, covered everything. I
We
wanted to
basically
talk about.
copied everything we wanted
It's
to
just,
copy.
it's so weird knowing a teacher. Like,
Is
even
it?
though it's like,
Oh, that's a thought that I had. Yeah.
yeah, what?
That's exactly the same
Really?
thought.
Yeah,
I
it's
had.
so weird.
What
Like,
do you mean?
Because I know you as like Raquel. Like I've known you for
The
a
Kid Cudi
long.
bumping lifeguard.
No, not
noise.
even that.
Okay.
Just aside from that, it's just I know you personally. So it's like when I see someone like even not just you, but like if I know a cop before he was a cop. Then
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah, yeah.
It's weird
If
seeing
you
them
pull me
with
over,
that
I'm gonna
title.
laugh at you. Like,
I'm gonna laugh
you know?
at you.
Or like if like later on I have a child and like he's in your class and I'm gonna be like,
I
yo,
hope I never
Raquel,
get.
like
yeah.
yo,
Right.
ask her if she likes like margarita.
Oh
Like,
my god!
But obviously, you know, like you can't do that. But.
I
It's
hope
gonna
I
be
never
like
get any of my
little-
coworkers' kids.
Little Treto shows up with a duck on the first day of school.
Oh my god!
What?
Oh
and
my
you see the last name on
God.
the roster, like
Yeah. It's like, huh, Treto, that's look up, and then you're just sitting there with a
You
little
see
duck.
a duck, he
Is
brings
there?
a duck on your.
my dad said.
My dad said.
That duck's been on my desk for 1 minute.
Welcome to high school. Yo, that's crazy.
That would be so funny.
Yeah. Hey, Raquel, thanks for coming on our show and blessing us with this like knowledge of like this weird behind the scenes shit. Like
That happens.
that's dope. That's cool. Yeah.
Jewels.
Did you want to like plug anything or maybe tell the people to like go vote for something or maybe like tell them to stop eating so much shit? Like what?
Drink
this
your
is-
water.
You get 30 seconds.
Oh, I
to
get 30 seconds.
say whatever
30
you want to
seconds.
the masses.
Oh my god.
You get a
Okay.
whole half a math.
Drink
minute.
your water. Wear red lipstick, and don't let boys be mean to you.
Okay.
Men are trash.
Oh wait.
Wait a second.
Okay.
Like, hold
kidding.
on a minute.
I was with you
Okay.
with the red lipstick.
I was
Hold up.
with you with the red lipstick. I'm just kidding. Oh my god. Eat your fruits and veggies. Do your homework. Treat your teachers. Please just be nice. Be nice to your teachers. Like seriously, please. Like
Yeah.
you don't. If your teacher is an asshole to you, they probably have shit going on. Be the bigger person. I know that they're being an asshole to you, but be the bigger person and just don't say anything to them and don't interact with them. But just be nice to your teachers, please. If you are ever in my class, you can give me alcohol as a Christmas present.
Yo,
As
like
a Christmas present, like
Bottle
here,
of wine.
You got a
wine
whole.
and some nice cheese and crackers.
You got a
Or a
couple
Starbucks
weeks to
card.
get turned. No.
Yeah.
Or a Starbucks card.
Oh, yeah. That's too cliche though.
No.
You gotta hit 'em with
no,
the wine.
No.
No, it's like Starbucks card.
No
Listen to me.
Starbucks card.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
this has been TretoWithOutARadio, and this has been Raquel. Thank you for tuning in, and like always, drop
Like,
like.
where can I
comment.
point to it? Where do I point?
Ooh, you can point wherever you want.
And you'll put it there?
Well, he'll put it there, but yeah.
You'll put
Yeah,
it there?
no. Now I gotta edit all
Now
the way
you
at the
gotta
end
do
of the
it.
shit.
Yep.
No, go ahead.
No, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Okay.
Start pointing.
Drop a like right here.
Ooh, okay.
And follow my Instagram.
Right
Rocket
there.
shit. Right there.
Boom,
Yeah.
perfect.
Thank you guys. Tune in next week.